Warrior has been saved. It just needed a mecha upgrade. If you guys are watching this video right now, that means I am live on twitch.tv/ClarkHELLSCREAM, so go ahead and check out the channel as I experiment with all of these new cards, because this deck right here is probably going to be one of the first decks that I play, because I believe it's going to be one of the most powerful decks in the game, and it is a Warrior deck for everyone who has been waiting for a good Warrior deck. Mech Warrior, or Menagerie Warrior as a lot of people like to refer to it as, has a lot of power in this expansion, and honestly this list is not 100% what I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be taking out the power slider, and I'm going to be adding in another war gear, and then boom, ship it and click it. That's a perfect 30 card list. That is a great way to take advantage of the Menagerie Warrior archetype, and we're going to go over some of the key cards and why I believe it's one of the best decks in the game. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about any of our future updates. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the new Warrior cards that make their way into this list. So some of the new cards that we're running in this deck are cards like Roaring Applause, and this will make sense once we start to explain why this card is so good, because we have a lot of Menagerie cards that fill in the blanks of a lot of different minion tribes, as well as a few double tribe minions that seem to really go the distance to just really give us a lot of card draw. The best way to think about this card is with every single one of your minions, it's almost like an imp. So you can compare this card to Impending Catastrophe, and it's just bonkers insane when you have the right setup, because you're constantly generating a board with this style of deck. The other new cards that make it into this deck were Power Slider originally, but this card just doesn't make it into the deck because you would rather spend your resources going face and using your magnetized minions that synergize a lot easier. So Power Slider unfortunately just doesn't make it into this deck. However, I will argue that Rockmaster Voon has a lot of potential, and I haven't messed with this card yet, but the reason why it goes into this deck is, again, because of the Menagerie effect. If we take a look at the deck, we have a Mech, all tribes, Beast, Mech, Pirate, Quillbore. I don't think Pozic has a tribe company to him, but he does have mechs inside of him. Pirate, Mech, all. So it's just like there's a lot of wiggle room with these cards here, so you're going to be able to get a lot of value out of your Rockmaster Voon. And imagining copying another Ziliax or a Wargear, for example. If you have any minion that is already going to stick, it is insanely valuable to be able to copy it. So let's look at some of these other cards, because unfortunately the website doesn't have these cards changed yet, but Woodcutter Axe is like a mini War Axe, unfortunately. It's also an axe, so it's kind of funny. But this is going to be give +2/+1 to a random friendly minion. The rush requirement is no longer there. So being able to stick minions and make them into legitimate threats is going to be somewhat consistent. Same thing with cards like Rowdy Fan. Rowdy Fan is a 1/5 that gives a minion +4 while this minion is alive. So I imagine this card is going to go to a 1/4. I can just see it now, because Rowdy Fan is going to have a lot of synergies with a lot of tempo decks, and I'm just going to say this is my vote for one of the most powerful cards of this set. You also have Pozic, which, okay, he does not have a tribe attached to him, but the minions that he can summon are mechs. So imagine you play this card, your opponent doesn't want to play the robots, they kill this minion, they summon you a board. So you're always like, there's a way to be really sticky with this deck depending on how you are able to play it out, and especially when you have Party Animal as like your main turn 2 to help your turn 3 become as sticky as possible with the largest minions. It just makes sense on why there was a lot of people that had success with this deck. And honestly, I had one game in particular that just went super well that I think is going to sell a lot of people on the potential of this Warrior archetype. And then you can't forget about Ziliax, of course. Ziliax is moving into the core set, and this is going to be the best card in this deck for comeback ability, as well as like swinging things in the mirror. But let's look at the mechs that are also in this deck, because we have mechs like Click Clocker, give a random minion +1/+1. I think the Divine Shield on this card could be insane, but does it actually make its way into this deck? It does. Okay, so yeah, you have your Divine Shield easily attached with this. You have Frequency Oscillator to help reduce your next mech. You have obviously Amalgam and Mistake in order to fill in those key roles of the Menagerie cards. Security Automaton, it's always getting bigger, right? You're starting to see a trend here. All of these cards work really good together, and honestly, there's just a lot of magnetic synergy as well, so that's just also funny to point out. I don't see it on this list, but unfortunately, this list is missing all of the wild cards that are rotating in, but you have cards like Bronze Gatekeeper, which is a 2/5 now with Taunt and Magnetics, so if you have a 2-drop that's on the field, that is a big buff on any minion, especially if you've already had like a War Axe. buff, essentially. Like, there's just a lot of potential with this deck, and I don't think I need to go into every single little detail with this deck in order to show you how powerful it is, because this is going to be the deck that I'm going to be playing today. So if you want to see somebody win with Warrior, come on over to twitch.tv/ClarkHellScream, and I'll show you a thing or two on how to be good at Hearthstone. And don't forget, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about any of our future updates. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck intro, and we'll see you for the next video.
Watch your
Okay, so we have this deck.
Victory or death!
Very nice. Party Animal seems insane. If I could just find, like, 1-drops. What am I even supposed to keep here? I don't think we keep Roaring Applause, but, like, if I have literally Oscillator and a Mistake, then that is insane amount of card draw. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this for that potential. Gonna go ahead and keep that for that potential. Okay, yeah, Tony's Druid. This looks very similar to the deck that I made, except I don't have Due Process. I do not have Due Process. Do we bother attacking? We have a Wargear and a Sword Eater. Yes, we do. Because we're just gonna play Party Animal on 2. And then we're gonna play this on 4. Suddenly tempo looks good again, dude. And now I can play around some of the secrets. Now I've got a Beast, Pirate, and a Wargear. Dude, this just gets +3/+3 now. Yeah. More value, good value. Now this becomes a 4/4. Imagine if I had a Menagerie minion at the moment. Like, then suddenly Wargear just... Blah. Okay, so France... The deck that you gave me has like Vile Library, Crescendo, Nothing is Impossible, and Shallow Grave with literally only Rin. How is this an OTK deck? You're gonna have to explain this to me. Because right now I see an Imp Block. I see an Imp Block. And you know how I feel about Imp Block. Oh my god, wait a minute, dude. Hit face. Do this to play around zombies. It's not zombies. I now have a Mech on the field. This is an elemental, so I'm gonna pick it for that reason. I don't know about Roaring Apocalypse, but I could just play Wargear for an 8/7. Wait, how does Objection work with Magnetic? Wait a minute, how does Objection work with Magnetic? Legitimate questions here. Okay. Oh my god, really? No, don't kill. No! Why did it have to hit the amalgam? Why did it have to hit the amalgam? Well, oh my god. Why did it have to hit the amalgam? He full cleared? For 4 men. Okay. Don't be objection. Okay, sweet. Not objection. Good start. What the hell was that? What was that clear? Someone explain that clear to me, dude. Double bone. I'm never gonna get Wargear value, dude. If I was Kibler, I would have gotten that Wargear value on turn 5 every single time. The imp package is literally just survival and draw. You draw the imp package, discover or discard or draw Rin, because you're accelerating your fatigue and then making your opponent take it, but they're not taking the fatigue. I'm super confused on how this deck is supposed to win, dude. We'll look at it here in a second, though. Okay, so what is this secret? It's probably something with spells. A lot of damage! That is definitely a lot of damage. And now that I got a Mech on the field, hopefully this Wargear can threaten.
Hey, my grave.
Clark HELLSCREAM for the drop! You're welcome, Azor. I hope you get a legendary minion on me, man. You definitely got rid of the wrong minion, but he's gonna be able to hit it for sure this time. Damn it. Again, I'm not able to Wargear, but at the same time, do I really care? Interesting. Maybe I should have gone for some card draw. But at the same time, this is a losing play, right? Just 100% this is a losing play. Okay, alright, maybe I shouldn't complain. Oh my god! Dude, that was disgusting. Always Wargear, dude. Immediately top decks the Wargear.